Hi guys, it's Kim with the Regretful Yarn Addict. Welcome. See this book? It is a complete book of crochet stitch designs by Linda P. Schapper. And it has 500 classic and original patterns. I thought it might be fun if we do some of these and learn what they look like and discuss what they might be fun to do as. So with that, we are starting with this one. I have some samples done up right here. First, we're going to start with this one. See how pretty that is? Just how nice that works up. And having done 3 different samples, one in a solid, one in a self-striping, and one in a variegated, it is my opinion that this is something you want to do in a solid color. Because sometimes you want to show off the stitch, and sometimes you want to show off the yarn. This is something you want to show off that stitch. Because I was thinking it would make a pretty blanket. You could continue it like this and make a scarf. You could put it this way. And again, you could do a scarf like this. I was thinking a sweater, like maybe just work 2 of those like into the middle of the panel. But I really, really like this. I like that it kind of looks sort of like weird flowers in there. See that? Okay, now see how this looks in the solid. This is what it looks like in a self-striping. Not bad, but you can't really see the stitch pattern. I mean, look at these 2 side by side. So you can really see it in this one, not so much in this one. And then I did it in a variegated. And it comes up like this. You can see it, but not as clearly as you do in the solid. Even laying it down flat. I am not impressed with that. But because this is dish cotton, I'm just going to go ahead and put a border around it, and that's going to be a dishcloth. Because it doesn't matter if it has a pretty pattern or not. So, let me know what you think. The solid, self-stripe, variegated. Okay guys, let's go ahead and learn how to do this. Okay you guys, let's get together everything we're going to need to do this. Never mind my pile over here. We're going to, well, we're not going to, I guess, but I am going to use Caron Cotton Cakes in the color Frosted Pink. This is a 4-weight yarn. I will be using a 5mm hook, and I will be using 2 stitch markers. If you're going to make this into a full-on project, you will need a darning needle to sew in your ends, scissors. This pattern is done in multiples of 4. If you are doing a chain, it is multiples of 4 plus 3, and then you double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook and double crochet in every chain until you get to the end. And you should have then, including that chain 3 at the very beginning, a multiple of 4 plus 1. If you're doing what I'm doing, you're going to be doing a chainless foundation, double crochet, and it will be a multiple of 4 plus 1. So first, do a slip knot, get your yarn on the hook, and let's go. We are going to make a chain of 3. Then we're going to wrap our yarn, go back into that very first chain, go under 2 loops, grab your yarn and pull it through. Grab your yarn, pull through 1, grab your yarn, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Wrap, go back into that chain in the bottom, go under 2 loops. Wrap your yarn, pull it through. Wrap, pull through 1, wrap, pull through 2, and wrap, pull through 2. Yarn over, go under that last chain on the bottom, pull through, wrap, pull through 1, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. And again. And we are going to continue this until we have multiples of 4 plus 1. For this tutorial, I am going to be doing a chainless foundation of 25 double crochets. I will meet you when I get that done. Okay, before I go too far, I should say on that very first stitch we made, go ahead and put in a stitch marker so that you can find it when we come back the other way. Okay, so y'all got that first row done with your double crochets in multiples of 4 plus 1. Groovy. Now, at this point, you can either chain 3 and then do a double crochet. Not in this one, because this one is right here, but right here. And then put your stitch marker in the top of that. Chain 3 right there. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which is get my last stitch back. Then I'm going to turn, and I am going to go right back into that very last stitch or very first stitch of this row. I'm not going to chain, I'm just going to go right into it. Grab some yarn and pull it up, grab some yarn and pull through 2. Then I'm going to go into this side one right there. I go into that, pull yarn through and through 2. And then I'm going to put my stitch marker right there. And now we're going to make a double crochet, yes we are, into every single stitch across. Just like so. And if you're not sure how to do a double crochet, by all means, go watch my tutorial on how to do a double crochet. So keep going, and when you're done, you should still have the same amount of stitches that you had on your first row. In my case, it's going to be 25. And I will meet you when I get right about here. Okay, I have 4 stitches left to do. Got that one and that one, easy to find. And that one's easy to find. And this last one where the stitch marker is, and this is why we put a stitch marker in, because it's a doozy to find. And we're going to go in there. Let's see. We're going to go under 2 loops, grab it, and grab it. And there we go. We've got our first 2 rows done. And now we're going to start the fun. Turn your work. Either do your chain 3 or your double stack. Put that stitch marker in at the very top of the stitch. Now, we are going to skip this one. This one right here gets skipped into this one, which is the 3rd chain actually, because this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, the 3rd stitch. We are going to do what I call a skinny V, because a regular V stitch would be a double, chain 2, double. This one is a double, chain 1, and then put a double right back into that same stitch. Just like that. Wrap our yarn, skip this one, and we're going into this one, and we're putting 1 double crochet. No chains. Wrap it, skip this one, and into this one, we're going to do a skinny V. And then we're going to skip, and in the next one, we're going to do 1 double crochet. Skip 1, and the next one, we do a skinny V. Skip 1, and the next one, a double crochet. Skip 1, and the next one we do a skinny V. Skip 1, 1 double crochet. Skip 1, a double V, a skinny V. Skip 1, single crochet. No, not a single. 1 double crochet. Skip 1, skinny V. And then we're going to skip that one, and in the very last stitch, we are going to put a double crochet. So what we have going on is a double crochet right here. Skip, skinny V, skip, crochet, skip, double, skinny V, skip, double crochet, skip, skinny V, skip, double crochet, skip, skinny V, skip, double crochet, skip, double, skinny V, skip, double crochet, skip, skinny V, skip, double crochet. And if I said words wrong, I hope you know what I meant. Okay, so it looks like that. Turn our work. Let's put in our double stack or our chain 3. And put our stitch marker back into the top. Now we are going to put a double crochet into this one, the top of the V, and then we are going to go into the middle of that V and put a double crochet. So right now we have 3 double crochets in a row right there. Now, instead of me saying skip this, do that, I'm just going to say on the top of your double crochet, you put a skinny V. Then you skip over to the middle of the V and you put 1 double crochet. Then you go over to that lone double crochet and you put in a skinny V. Let's go over to the skinny V and put in a double crochet, and then into that lone double crochet, a skinny V. Then we put in a double crochet, and then we go over to this one and we put in a double, no, we don't double anything, we put in a skinny V. I really hope you're watching this and not just listening to me, so you can see what I'm doing and not just listen to my messed up words. And into that skinny V we put a double crochet. On top of that double crochet next, we put a skinny V. Then we go into that last skinny V and we put a double crochet. And we put a double crochet in the next stitch. And we put a double crochet into that last stitch. And we turn our work. Let's put in a double stack. And replace our stitch marker. Now we are going to put a double crochet into every stitch and every chain 1 space. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we're into a V and we put a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and that puts us in the middle, double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet in the middle of that V. 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet in the middle of the V. 1, 2, 3, a double crochet in the middle of the V, and 1, 2, 3, and the extra. Okay, so put that in there for now. That is the repeat. A row of double crochets, and then a row of skinny V's and double crochets with a space between each, and then a row of opposites where you put a double crochet in the top of every V and a skinny V on the top of every double crochet, and then we do a row of double crochet. So let's do the repeat one more time. Let's do a double stack. Put that stitch marker in, and we're going to put a double crochet into every double crochet into the top of them. Let's go all the way across. Just like this. And you can pause this video anytime. You can rewind it, go back. I think there's a button you can slow it down. Fast forward. You know, whatever makes you happy. Within reason. And here we are, dropping our yarn. And I am at my last stitch. You probably are not if you're making something really big. So let's make sure that I didn't miss any stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Groovy beans. Let's turn. Let's do our double stack or chain 3, whichever way makes you the most comfortable. Make sure that you put your stitch marker in because you don't want to lose your end stitches. And now we are back to the skinny V's and double crochets. So we are going to skip, that one, and we're going to put a double V. Well, not a double V, a skinny V. Then we're going to skip that one, and into this one we're going to put a double crochet. Skip, skinny V. Skip, 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 and into that last stitch, a double crochet. Are you keeping up? Am I making sense? Good. Let's get going with the next row. Let's do a stacked stitch. You know, let me show that to you really slow. Okay. In case you're like, damn it, woman, you're going too fast and I missed it and I'm tired of repeating. Go into your stitch. Make a single. Do not chain. Go into that side stitch, well, the side loop, grab your yarn, pull it through. And that is a stacked single. Now we're on our opposite row. So we are going to put a double crochet into that next stitch and a double crochet into the middle of that skinny V. Then we are going to jump over to that double crochet and we're going to put in a skinny V. And then into the skinny V we put a double crochet. On top of the next double crochet we put a skinny V. Then we go over to the previous skinny V and make a double crochet. And then we go to the next double crochet and we put in a skinny V. I wish I was a skinny V. And then we put a double crochet in the top of the previous one. Go over to the double crochet and make a skinny V. Go into that skinny V and make a double. On top of the double, make a skinny V. Into the skinny V, make a double. And then put a double in the next stitch and a double in that last one. Then we turn and you either do a chain 3 or a stacked single and put in your handy dandy stitch marker. Just like that. Now we are going to put a double crochet. Sure we are. We're going to put a double crochet into every stitch and every chain 1 space between those skinny V's. 1, just like so. How you liking this? See, I keep wanting to do something I'm not supposed to do. Just like this. My crochet hook keeps hitting my tripod. And there I am, my last 3 stitches. And there you have it. A very pretty design. So go ahead and make this as big as you want it, as small as you want it. Remember, if you're doing a chain, it's multiple of 4 plus 3, then you double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook and all the way across. If you do a chainless foundation, it is multiples of 4 plus 1 extra stitch. And you start out with 2 rows of double crochet, and then you do your V's and your double crochets, and then you do your opposite V's and double crochets, and then you do a row of double crochet, and then you start over a row of double crochets, V's and doubles, opposite V's and doubles, and you end with a row of double crochets. And if you're making a square or a scarf, or I would add that extra row of double crochets on top of this one, just to even it out. But there we have our design. Have fun with it. We'll see you later.